Should you go to prison for not wearing a mask? Who's a bigger threat to Britain, Vladimir Putin or Nicola Sturgeon? And have Harry and Meghan gone too far this time? Please don't cancel me. This is free speech. Should you go to prison for not wearing a mask? Sounds crazy, but that's exactly what's happening in the Republic of Ireland. Britain itself is in a state of mask-ageddon. It's an inconvenient truth, but 4 decades of research into masks suggests they're about as effective as getting Theresa May to negotiate Brexit. Even Jenny, trust me, I'm a doctor, Harry's, a government advisor, said they were rubbish in March. Now she's saying they're great. It's hard to believe a word this woman says. What is she, the Prime Minister? If masks are such a good idea, why are we introducing them now as COVID cases plummet? A lot of things were a good idea 4 months ago. Hugging people, getting dressed for work, and booking a holiday to the Costa del Sol, to name but 3. Adopting masks now is a bit like Boris Johnson having a rethink about his family planning strategy. Police forces across the land have said that they won't enforce the mask ruling. And frankly, who could blame them when there are burglaries happening, muggings, antisocial behaviour, knife crime, drugs offences, and terrorism. Remember terrorism? Turns out they're quite busy at the moment. So forgive them for not making sure you're going into your local convenience store dressed like a Chernobyl road sweeper. So who does it fall to police this ridiculous law? I'll tell you, the true heroes of this pandemic: supermarket workers. That's right, it literally falls to Dawn behind the meat counter at Tesco to sort this one out. Notwithstanding her main task, which is to sell as many ribeye steaks and sides of ham as she can, she's now got to turn into DCI Gene Hunt and start arresting people. Here's the key point. Whether you're a mask skeptic or a masketeer, there is a thing called discretionary spending. Unlike buying milk, eggs or a loaf of bread, discretionary spending is, to use a technical macroeconomic term, the stuff you don't need. And our economy is based on the stuff you don't need. So what hope is there for this discretionary spending if every time you want to go to Zara, John Lewis or TK Maxx, you've got to dress up to the point where even your closest family members won't recognise you? Here's an idea. Why don't we keep our hands clean, keep a bit apart and shield the vulnerable, like we have been for the last 4 months, and get back to normal life now? Because frankly, if this discretionary spending is so important, I suggest these god-awful masks are discretionary too.